Some of the most damaging patterns in life come not from strangers but from the people closest to us. Family can be a source of love, grounding, and emotional safety, but they can also be the source of habits and behaviors that drain your energy, cloud your thinking, and weaken your sense of self. A Stoic approach doesn't ask you to resent them or cut them off impulsively. Instead, it asks you to protect your inner peace, set boundaries, and refuse to tolerate what harms your character or your well-being. Here is a long script that explores 6 toxic behaviors you should never tolerate, even when they come from family. There comes a moment in life when you realize that tolerance is not a virtue if what you're tolerating destroys your peace. Stoicism teaches that we cannot control other people's behavior, but we can and must control what we allow into our mental space. Sometimes, the hardest battles are fought in our own household, where emotional attachment makes it easy to justify what we'd never accept from anyone else. The first behavior you should never tolerate is emotional manipulation. This can look like guilt-tripping, silent treatment, twisting your words, or using your vulnerabilities against you. When family members do this, it feels heavier because it plays on your sense of duty and love. But Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Emotional manipulation is designed to hijack your mind, to make you responsible for someone else's feelings. A Stoic boundary is simple: you do not let someone else's mood dictate your self-worth. You respond calmly, but you do not bend your life to satisfy someone's emotional pressure. The second toxic behavior is persistent disrespect. Disagreement is natural, but disrespect is a violation of your dignity. It appears in the form of belittling, mocking your dreams, dismissing your feelings, or speaking to you as if you are inferior. Family members sometimes think years of familiarity give them the right to talk to you however they please. Stoicism says otherwise. Epictetus taught that no one can harm your character unless you allow it. Walking away from disrespect is not dishonoring your family, it's honoring yourself. You can remain calm, but you must be firm. Respect must be mutual, not conditional. Third is boundary breaking. Family often assumes access to your time, your space, your decisions, and even your private life. They may say, "We're family, we don't have boundaries." But the Stoics understood that every human being is an individual soul, responsible for their own choices. When someone repeatedly ignores your limits, whether it's showing up unannounced, meddling in your relationships, or dictating your career, they are not being caring, they are being intrusive. Healthy love doesn't suffocate, it supports. If someone cannot respect your boundaries, you must enforce them even more clearly. Not out of anger, but out of self-respect. The fourth toxic behavior is chronic negativity. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of mental discipline, guarding your mind from unnecessary disturbance. Some family members live in a state of constant complaint, criticism, or pessimism. Their negativity becomes a cloud you carry home with you. Over time, this drains motivation and blurs clarity. It's not your duty to fix someone who is committed to misery. The Stoics would say, offer compassion, but do not absorb what is not yours. You can be empathetic without being a sponge. The fifth behavior you should never tolerate is manipulation through financial or emotional dependency. Sometimes family uses money, favors, or past sacrifices as leverage. "After everything I've done for you," becomes a weapon, not a sentiment. Stoicism teaches virtue over obligation. True generosity does not demand repayment, and true love does not require you to live according to someone else's script. If someone gives with strings attached, that is not generosity, it is control. You owe gratitude, yes, but not your autonomy. Finally, the sixth toxic behavior is denial or invalidation of your lived experience. When you express pain and someone tells you you're overreacting, being dramatic, or imagining things, they are erasing your reality. This is one of the most harmful behaviors because it makes you question your own perception. The Stoics value truth, inner and outer. To live wisely, you must see clearly. Anyone who distorts your understanding of yourself is harming your growth. You cannot allow your voice to be silenced just to maintain family harmony. Harmony built on suppression is not harmony, it is quiet suffering. The Stoic path is not about cutting people off without thought, nor is it about enduring endless emotional harm. It's about living with integrity. You treat others with kindness, but you do not sacrifice your mental clarity. You offer understanding, but you do not let yourself be mistreated. You practice compassion, but you pair it with boundaries. Family is important, but your inner peace is irreplaceable. Remember this: you do not have to tolerate manipulation, disrespect, boundary breaking, negativity, control, or invalidation. Not from strangers, not from friends, and not even from family. Protecting your peace is not betrayal. It is self-respect. And self-respect is the birthplace of strength.